Hello everybody and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Last time we left off we were in front of Reese's house. And I guess before we start, if you are enjoying Scarlet Hollow, please leave a like, comment what you want to see more of, and if you're new around here, please subscribe. And with that, enjoy the rest of the video. You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. It's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? Too late, the door swings open. Hey. Reese. Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Delta, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Delta updates. My goodness gracious, there's something that smells terribly off with that boy. Get away from my Stella, you fiend! Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella. And you brought the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some of those Easy Chew dog jerkies stashed away. Go! The gumption! There's some violation of my rights. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. You keep her safe from that monster Delta. You hear? You won't let a feather of harm fall on my dear Stella. Darling Stella. What about you, Delta? Are you coming in? I'll wait for Stella and Kanika. Fine. Quiet sets in as you wait for Stella and Kanika to come back from the van. Okay, back. Great. Let's get this over with. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of the store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go on about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. I can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. You make your way towards the basement stairs. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined into a studio. Discarded canvases line its edge, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, but kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. So, has Stella told you about everything that's happened the last couple of days? Every detail. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die has already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? I feel like he knows about the ditchlings. Look at the art on the walls. I don't know about that one. But these ones in the back, definitely look like ditchlings. What do you think's going on with Wayne? Who? You know, the guy who's been following Delta around, being all ominous. Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me, personally, if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really fun and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. Any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they looked like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. Ah. Yeah, that looks exactly like the ditchlings. Great attention to detail, man. Real great. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know. I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a side way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. You think the town is doomed? I think everything is possibly doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of a collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there these days. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you that, though? I mean, yeah, I hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K through 12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you. The way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here. Though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it though. Your art. Each piece exudes a sickening miasma. It's like you can feel something squirming behind the paint. The brushstrokes acting as steel bars, trapping some anguished being within. I feel the emotions you put into these. They're writhing just behind the paint, radiating pain and anguish. I know what you mean. I feel it too. When I'm working on them, it's like I'm channeling whatever's plaguing me into the paint. And when they're done, I feel like I've been emptied out, and all the vile things inside me have been sealed away in the canvas. It's why I make so many of them. Sometimes, when I return to a piece, it's almost like I'm offering an invitation for those feelings to slither back under my skin. There are some pieces I can't even look at. I hide them until I forget they exist. I'd rather not let those particular feelings back in. Sounds kind of like therapy. That seems healthy. Probably. Yeah, art therapy. Sounds like it does you good. Being empty must be better than being full of bad thoughts, right? I think so. And it works for me, at least. If you need someone to... No, I'm not gonna pose for this guy. Gretchen thinks he's a monster, so I'm gonna believe Gretchen. That's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any Rex? Why? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shi no Chi? Deathblood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Damn. I would usually be down for that, but we've got to head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. I'll take a rain check on that movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night. Same goes for Delta. Hey. Hey now. How you know I'm free tomorrow night? I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. Your mom really looks out for you. That's one way to look at it, I guess. It's probably because she's gone a bit of an edge lately. I think my condition has been stressing her out a lot. It used to be something she thought she could fix, but I think she's kind of accepted that it's just something we have to manage. But even if she is a little harsh, she means well. It's like you said, she's just looking out for me. I get that. She's just worried about you. Though I guess I have to wonder if isolating you from your friends is really looking out for you. I don't think... Does she do that? She did turn us away yesterday. You came by yesterday? She didn't tell me. I was probably just asleep. She must have forgotten to mention it. I don't know if I would call that isolating. She didn't want to wake me up. I don't think that's her being controlling or anything. Not to cast any doubt on that, but she did say I couldn't bring you any food. Oh, this is Stella. Not to cast any doubt on that, but she did say I couldn't bring you any food. She knows that's how I show my friends how much I appreciate them. And she knows I can work around all kinds of allergies and intolerances. Not gonna lie, it felt weird. I don't know, my body is pretty particular when it comes to food. She just prefers to have full control over what I eat, so... okay, maybe that does sound controlling. But it's for a good reason. If I eat the wrong thing, it could probably mess me up. So she has to regulate my food. If you don't mind me asking. Sorry, Reese. Delta is pretty direct. We don't have to talk about your illness. It's okay. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is going to be. You're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there's a worm, like there are worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time, or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable, but one day I'll wind up in a pine box. Just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Damn, Reese, I may be goth, but that's some real... nihilistic shit? Is that word? Nihilistic? I think that's what that word is. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine. Really. True. We'll all join the worms one day. We've just got to make the best of what we've got. See? Delta gets me. Stella, maybe it was a mistake to get these two together. What? I want to remain silent. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table! I guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs. Sure thing, Doc. Yes, ma'am. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. Feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house, but more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. You've felt this before, in the dusty tunnels you so narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum, like a muted scream heard through layers of rock, trying to draw you toward it. You feel lightheaded. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. Something wants you to find it. Oh my god. Hold on, can I just... There's one, snap yourself out of it. I'm gonna save. Snap yourself out of it. You're doing your best to snap yourself out of it, turning into the bathroom and dutifully washing your hands before joining your companions at the table. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner roll, spaghetti, light salad. Can you get anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you, at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. Pills? She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy home cooking pasta sauces, No thanks, Stella. The internet. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. You didn't tell me they came yesterday. You were asleep. I didn't want to wake you up. But you could have told me. Why? They were coming over today anyway. I would just rather know these things. Noted. I think I saw a video online of a family like yours. Turns out the mom was poisoning our kid for 18 years. Small talk. Why am I lying about that? That's the crazy thing. You're a doctor. Have you ever seen a dead body? I have. How well do you know Tabitha? Not very. I know her a lot better if her family didn't seem to be so afraid of doctors. I could count on one hand the number of times she's been in my office. No wonder everyone but the old Wardine died so young. Hopefully your mother was better about taking you to doctor visits. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something genetic at play, and it's much better to catch those things early. What were Kanika and Stella like as kids? Noisy and messy, like all kids. And they always had those little projects, videos, crafts, or animal rescues. Whatever it was that had captured their imagination that week. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh god, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Didn't you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible to what I saw in media, and very sad about that squirrel. That's one of those things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that thing into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm glad you didn't make it a habit. Thanks for putting this all together, Dr. Kelly. I don't usually have to cook for so many people. I'm just glad there's enough for everyone. It reminded me of what it used to be like when these two would come over. Hungry teenagers eating me out of a house and a home. Eating me out of house and home? I should have charged your parents for all the food you kids went through, honestly. It was like I was running a restaurant, not a doctor's office. My turn. Small talk? Oh, right, that's what I just did. The danger? You see any weird hairless creatures scurrying around in the woods at night? I don't tend to go wandering in the woods after dark, so no. You don't have to go all the way to the woods. They've been coming to our windows at night. They've been... what? There are these things called ditchlings, and they've been preying on the local wildlife and Delta and I. Oh, I see. There's some of your little zoological creatures. I know it sounds pretty out there, but I've seen these things in person. We're not messing around. They're out there laying eggs in animals and doing God knows what else. And here I thought you finally managed to get an even head on your shoulders, Kanika. Seems like Stella might be a bad influence on you. I know her little stories can be convincing, but that's only because she's managed to do so thoroughly convince herself. She's not making up stories. Neither is Kanika, and neither am I. All you have to do is look outside after dark. There have been more every night. They're all pale and doughy, and their faces, they're like sculptures of humans that didn't set right. I see. You stay up too late painting your grisly faces, so you've started to see them everywhere. I'm sure whatever's outside, it's just raccoons or... Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. There's weird shit going down in Scarlet Hollow, whether you want to face it or not. Has anyone come in suffering from hallucinations? I'm not at liberty to discuss private medical information. Are you sure? Not even a little bit. It could help our investigation into the strange goings on. It's not like you have to name names. Investigation? Into what? The mind collapse? Your little ghouls? I think this is best left to professionals, Stella. Not someone who runs around in the woods with a camcorder. Judging by the police response so far, Dr. Kelly, I don't think it is. We saw some stuff down in the mines last night that I suggest I struggle to explain. Maybe if we knew if there were any miners suffering from hallucinations, we could just rule it out as a gas leak. But you were in an abandoned mine. The chances that you were huffing something dangerous and hallucinatory are through the roof. Leave it to that and treat it as the tragic accident it was. Not like some kind of mystery just unravel. Have you seen any sick animals lately? I'm a doctor, not a vet. Didn't someone come in with a sick cow last week? Yes, but it's not that I examined the thing. I told them what I just told you and sent them on their way. You said it had lumps. Sure, it had lumps, but I assume it was suffering for some cow disease. It's not something I've done much research on. I don't know how normal it is for a cow to be covered in lumps. Doesn't that sound like vigilings? There are no farm animals safe from their devious clutches. Dr. Kelly, in Stella's footage, it looked like there was something pupitating inside one of the one of Duke's chickens. I bet those lumps were on the cow. You really should have taken a look. You could have made discoveries previously unknown to the scientific world. Or I could have spread some new horrible disease to my chronically ill son. I'll leave these discoveries to someone else. You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. Have there been any strange illnesses spreading around town? Do you know Sam Wayne? Sam Wayne? Dr. Kelly takes a moment to think. No, doesn't ring any bell. Someone you know? Someone who's been following Delta around. Super mysterious guy. We have reason to believe he might have caught some kind of weird illness at the mines. He definitely looks like he could use medical help, so people let us know if... So please let us know if he shows up or anything. If there's someone harassing you, you shouldn't get the police involved. This isn't any of my business. I'll remain silent, quietly picking at the store-bought spaghetti and dinner rolls. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week. Well, Delta is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle moving, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement, alone, just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it. I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone get out of my house, please. Just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No. Now is when he needs me the most. I'm his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that. And he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave, please. Don't think we don't know something is up here. We have stuff to do anyways. Good. Then go away and do it, so I can focus on taking care of my son. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. Hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. The door to the clinic felt like it had the same pull on me as the carving in the mines. Do you think something's back there? Well, no, one of those carvings is something in there. I'm certain of it. It might not be a carving though. But I mean, maybe. Okay, that'd be really weird. If we find it, do you think you'd get another vision? I'm just spitballing here, but I wonder if what that carving showed you last night is related to the ditchlings. You're not suggesting we go poke around in there, are you? Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow. I am not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibe Delta got. Do you think Reese has a supernatural affliction? Like, related to what you felt in there? If he did, why wouldn't Dr. Kelly have it? It makes more sense if he just has a genetic condition. I'm assuming there isn't any foul play. Foul play? The whole thing is just fishy, and after tonight I feel like my fear of Dr. Kelly is a lot more justified than I thought. She's just overprotective, I'm sure that's all that's going on, and she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of his food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. Look, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to that dynamic than just him being sick, but it's not like there's much we can do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Oh man. There are ditchlings in the bushes! And on the building! And in the bushes again! I do apologize for leaving off right before something interesting happens, but if you did enjoy this video of Scarlet Hollow, please leave a like if you're liking the series. Comment if you want to see a different series. Doesn't matter what, I might play it. I just want the feedback from you guys. And if you're new or returning, please subscribe. It'll show me a lot of support and make it easier for me to keep going. But in the meantime, I will see you all in the next video. Delta